We're live. Look at us.
Good morning. Today's
Cheers,
show
everyone.
is called One Bald Man and One Girl with Fluffy Hair.
She's got it. We traded Derek in today for producer Jen. She's gonna hit the screen and the mic today.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we're super excited for our guest, and I wanted to be here for that.
Yeah, don't blame me one bit.
I'm following you. I know you do it teaser style at first. And
Well,
then you go in.
you're making it sound like we know what we're doing.
You do.
Yeah, we just wing it, and it just sort of comes natural. Unfortunately, for most of our viewers.
Well, let's cheers.
Yeah, I'm having. What do you got in there?
I'm doing drip and a little bit of cream.
Fair enough. Keeping it nice and mellow.
Yeah.
I went out of my. I've been jumping out of my wheelhouse a little bit intentionally, and I'm working. I mean, I'm not a huge chai guy, but I'm starting to get it because we have a really killer chai, and that changed my perspective at the Hive Bar. But this morning, Rick made me the Dirty Pope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's delicious. So one of the best popes ever, I think.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have
You
a
know,
hard
I
time
was Catholic
getting
in
it.
my former life, and he's a good one.
Pretty rad pope.
But I'm proud of you because
Thanks.
last time you tried the blueberry, and I know you're not into that stuff
Yeah,
either.
yeah,
You're
it's
typically pretty.
it's just sort of part of my, the background of being the roaster guy. I want to really know what I'm tinkering with. So anytime that gets masked with anything delicious,
Yeah.
beyond just the coffee flavor, then I'm a little out of my element. But I'm growing.
You are. You're growing so much that you even went to Texas.
I did. That was a lot of fun. We really didn't talk about that too much, but yeah, I was fortunate enough to kind of represent. I think there was over 21 of us from Salt Lake in the coffee community down in at Coffee Expo down in Houston, and got to meet a lot of really cool producers and farmers, Ethiopians, some guys from PNG, just amazing folks from Brazil that are doing some really cool stuff with specialty coffee in Brazil as well. And they were here in town. We got to go do some cupping with them as well. So yeah, I'm still kind of on that buzz from that.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Anything learning like that and what we do here, connecting with
Yeah,
the community and
sending
talking
it.
to people, and you also get to bounce ideas off of everybody, and you're creating that community there.
Yeah.
You're a part of creating a coffee
Absolutely,
community.
absolutely. I mean, we had representatives from Idle Hands, Ricky and AJ down there, as well as Peter, their other partner. We had folks from Public Coffee there, Kings Peak. I was traveling with Garland. It was just, yeah, it was really cool to have that culture, that a little bit. Daily Rise from up north with Jeff and Beth, really cool kids that you haven't met yet that are from Michigan area.
Oh.
You'll get to meet them one day.
Yay.
I told them all about you.
Yay. I love Michigan people.
Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff going on this weekend.
We do.
Yeah.
So
should we hustle through it?
sure,
Get to our
sounds
special
good.
guest.
We're calling it Super Saturday
Yeah.
for Mother's Day. So starts bright and early with an 8 a.m. store opening, coffee bar opening, and then 9 a.m. Salty Star Run Club likes to meet up here, bring in a group
Yeah.
of people for us to chit chat with for a little bit.
They're a lot of fun.
They are. They get our coffee bar
Mm-hmm.
going for the morning. And then in the afternoon, we
Yeah.
lead into kind of a meet the maker situation. So we'll have more cream ice cream here doing some samples.
Awesome.
Gypsy Garden Soul. She has art here, but she'll also be moving in some jewelry.
Nice.
Sue Stone Art.
Yeah. She's gonna be in town probably for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Which is a really handy time to
Where-
come and grab some gifts.
is she Heber,
She
or-
no, she's down in like Millsite area down
Oh,
south.
okay.
Yeah, so she's got grandbaby here that brings her up quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Sue Stone is going to be with us talking about her lovely,
Fused glass.
yeah, art pieces.
Yep, they are
And then Prinya. So we love having Prinya in here. She makes the
Always.
fresh taiyaki waffles.
They're an amazing custard. She's the best.
Yeah. Yes,
We
that's
need to get
right.
her DJing for us again. we
Let's
need
make
to throw
an
another
event.
party so we can have her do a DJ work.
Bonnie Ball or something.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And then we take a little break. So the Meet Your Makers will go from 11 to 2. And then the store will be open from 2 to 4. And then the bands start
Yes,
setting
music.
up for our concert series at
Yeah.
night. They'll start setting up at 4. However, that music doesn't start. It goes from 6 to 8. Coffee bar will be open. We will have Amsterdam Delicious on site making fresh waffles, and that's
You
for the
haven't had
concert
those
series.
hot Stroop waffles. You haven't lived yet.
Yeah, they're very different, made
They
fresh.
are. Oh man, it's great. Yeah. It's gonna be great.
But I skipped.
Oh, what'd you skip?
I skipped a few things. So not only from 11 to 2 is our Meet the Makers and samples going
Yeah.
on. 11 to 2, we also have Leisha in here with her Nest and Nurture women's group
In the
that
Zen
takes
Den.
place in the Zen Den.
Yeah.
And then for the first time ever, we're going to have No Name Flower Farm selling dahlia tubers here. Bring all your tuber questions. Prices will range from $3 to $8 a tuber.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Have you ever
these-
seen a tuber?
I have.
Yeah.
But I had to do some research after I found out that that was going to be here.
And the person that's the company that's
Yeah.
coming will explain all that. But there's
Cool.
some dahlias that bloom in early spring and some dahlias that bloom in fall. And
So you kind of mix it up and keep it colorful all year.
yep. Yep.
Brilliant.
So
Yeah, that'll be fun.
the concert bands, let's give a shout out to Bella.
Yeah.
So Bella's been our intern, our very first intern experience. She's been wonderful.
Yeah.
She's through the Goff Business Center up at the University of Utah.
So that's where these bands are mostly coming from too, right?
They're
These are
her friends. Yep.
They're willing to come down and throw down some music for us.
Yep.
We love music here, so it's a great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Pretty
And
young
so,
bands.
Yeah, I've not heard most of these names. That doesn't mean anything. I'm not that hip, so I don't really, I don't really
You
get
wanna
the new.
announce them?
Yeah, the Door City sounds like a
Door
good one.
City.
The Flares, Teddy P, and Lucas Field.
Yeah. We can't wait to have you guys
Yeah.
here.
So come check it out. It's free. It's gonna be in the parking lot. This is an outdoor concert, so come down, check that out from 6 till 8.
The store will be open,
yep.
coffee bar open. Also, we forgot to mention that Marley with Highland High is going to be here with her lemonade stand for a fundraiser
yeah, the
for
lacrosse
Highland
team.
Lacrosse.
Highland Lacrosse, yeah, girls lacrosse. They're going to be here doing a lemonade stand. I'm pretty sure they're going to do the morning run, like somewhere around the midsection as well.
I think
So
it's like 12:30 that they'll start setting up and then hang out. So
Hang out.
come buy some lemonade.
yeah, and the girls support the lacrosse team. They definitely need all the support they can get. They're a really tight bunch. It's been fun to watch them kind of, Marley grow into that group this year for sure.
Incredible.
Been fun. They have great coaches as well. All right. Well, I think we made it. Yeah, let's get to the goods. Yeah, here we go. Our special guest today. Come on in.
Hello.
I'm gonna hand
Hi,
over the mic.
Shireen.
It's a pleasure to have you in the house.
Thank you. So happy to be here with a cup of coffee.
Yes. Well, welcome. We decided that we would love to have you on so you can chat with us a little bit about what's going on with Planned Parenthood, how everybody can help.
Yeah.
Tell us about some underfunding stuff and how we can participate
going on.
and give us the
Yeah.
news.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Shireen Gorbani. I'm the interim president of Planned Parenthood Association of Utah. And we have 6 health centers because unfortunately we just had to close 2, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But our health centers in Ogden, in Orem, South Jordan, West Valley, and 2 in Salt Lake City remain open. And we are here to serve the community and make sure that their reproductive and sexual health needs are met. So this is folks who are looking for STI treatment and testing, people who are looking for cancer screening. The primary thing we do is birth control. And as you know, abortion remains legal to 18 weeks in Utah. And so we are one of 2 providers in the state. So that is a bit of an overview of what we do, but we are really committed to making sure, as I said, that Utahns have access to the critical health care that they need. But what's happened is in the last little over a month, on April 1st, we were withheld from Title X funding. And what that is, Title X is the only domestically funded family planning program. And so when I say family planning, what I mean are the basics, right? So STI testing and treatment, cancer screening, birth control, vasectomy, basic healthcare is funded through this program. It's been since, I think we're the recipients since 1985, if not earlier. Actually earlier than that, but we're the only recipient in Utah since 1985. And what that meant is for the last number of decades, we've been able to offer low or no cost care to Utahns who need it. Last year it was 26,000 Utahns who came in our doors
Wow.
and received that care. Unfortunately now, because of the actions of the Trump administration, $2.8 million is being withheld from Utahns. And that is, again, access to basic health care. So we are devastated by this loss. It's about 20% of our budget, and we had to move quickly, and unfortunately that meant closing our clinic in St. George and in Logan.
Yeah, very
So
unfortunate.
it's heartbreaking. We also had a significant reduction in our education staff because education is also funded by Title X because we want to keep people educated. It's a great way to keep them healthy and safe, but that is simply not a priority for this administration.
So those outlying areas, they're going to be suffering a lot more than like folks in the city that can actually still get to another facility.
It's true. So the impact, unfortunately, is going to be greatest in those outlying areas. But one thing that we're really proud of is we're moving quickly to expand access to care through telehealth. So even though we had, we just have kind of that corridor of care really kind of along I-15 with the exception of Logan. We saw Utahns from 28 out of 29 counties last year. So we know that people are coming to find us one way or another. And we're now able to have expanded services via telehealth. So people can schedule themselves online at ppau.org, and that is how they can find and access the healthcare that they need.
Excellent. Well, that's a good pivot. I mean, under the circumstances.
Yeah, and the locations that remain open are going to be tested and pushed a little bit. And we hope that they can remain patient, because those people still need that care. It's just become harder. They're going to have to travel more, and the people who are servicing are going to have to be a little more patient.
Yeah, that's right. And I think the really unfortunate thing that's kind of behind all of this, or that is a bigger kind of part of the picture, is I'm afraid this is just the beginning. As we've seen, there have already been millions of dollars cut to medical research that impact our state. Huntsman Cancer has been hit with millions of lost dollars because the administration is withdrawing or withholding funding for cancer research. We know this is also happening across our county health departments that are seeing a reduction in the support that they had for, again, basic health care. So this is things like STI testing and treatment, but basic public health is being cut. And now reproductive health is being cut. And unfortunately, now we're hearing talks about cuts to Medicaid and potentially Medicare as well. So I'm really concerned, as a person who is a deep and undying advocate for access to healthcare, that we are really heading into we already have a bit of a public health crisis in this country. We have a maternal health crisis in this country. And I'm very concerned that that is being exacerbated with very little action from our congressional representatives.
And we agree, and we see that also. And tell us what we can do.
Yeah, so
and where we can reach and how we can yell.
Yeah, so there are a couple things that you can do. One, I would say, if you are interested in getting involved in Planned Parenthood, being an ambassador, being an advocate, working with us as we try to maintain access to healthcare in the state, you can go to ppau.org. 2 ways to get involved. If you've got time, please sign up to be an ambassador. You can find the ambassador program. That's where we're tabling in community, finding different partnerships, looking for ways to make those important connections so people know we're here for them. You can also
business table?
Yes, yeah. You can also donate. So if you go to ppau.org/donate, if you don't have time, we always say a great way to support is if you've got a little extra money. That can genuinely be anything from $20 to, if you've got deep pockets, we're always willing to take that, because what it means is we're able to offset the care that people relied on from the federal government by reducing our costs and keeping our costs low and really keeping our commitment to very high quality care. So donate, ppau.org/donate. The other thing that we have coming up is a celebration. We think that it's important to also find moments of joy, to find moments to come together in community, meet the people who care about the things that you care about. And so on Friday, May 30th, we have our gala, and that is happening at Abravanel Hall. We have Jonathan Van Ness coming to do some comedy for us. We will be sharing some stories about patients and folks who've been impacted by the work that we do. We will have a fun party outside in front of Abravanel Hall. So we really would love to see folks come on down and join us for the gala at the end of the month.
That is a huge event for the community. This year, the Neighborhood Hive put in a donation basket.
Yes, you can come and bid on that.
We turned 3 in April, so we're getting roots. We're finding what we want to support, and as a store, we can chat, but we would like to do something that we can give back to Planned Parenthood. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. We appreciate you coming out and chatting with us and telling us about the gala, telling us where we can donate.
As well with the donation stuff.
Yeah, we'll put them in the notes.
Put them in the notes.
We'll drop them on there. We'll tag them. We'll do all that. And if I can print out anything or a QR code where people can just scan and directly donate.
Happy to have
so
that for you.
We're hitting it by not only talking, but we're talking about what we can do to make change.
Yeah.
If you have extra time, get involved. If you have a little extra money, give it for a great purpose.
Yep.
And we will continue chatting about it.
Keep up the good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's not easy, we know that.
Happy to join you.
We're happy you joined us. Well, did we do it?
I think we nailed it.
I think we did it.
Yeah, we did pretty well.
Awesome.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for filling in.
Yeah, thank you. All right,
Take
y'all.
care, you guys.
Have a great day.